Okay, lads, 6-round contest. Keep it clean at all times, keep yourselves protected at all times. Touch gloves, here we go. Good luck, lads.
Boom, boom, Billy Adams at super featherweight. Into his 4th professional contest and already up to 6-round level. He has not put a foot wrong so far. The former ABA champion in here tonight at the York Hall against Marvin Solano. More than a survivor, the Nicaraguan. Solano particularly good, I thought, in his showing in Birmingham in July against Shabazz Massoud. And his job here tonight is to give Adams a few problems to solve. I think he's well equipped to do that, Richie. What do you say?
Solano, yeah, he's awkward, isn't he? And I watched the fight against Massoud. Massoud won more or less every round, but yeah, occasionally Solano made things awkward, and he comes back, and if you hold your feet with him and trade, then he's brought into the contest most certainly. And I think he's got a fair bit of power about him as well. So yeah, he's awkward and he's tough. You know, he's only been stopped, what was it, 3 or 4 times. So he's a tough guy indeed, but that's a perfect shot there from Adams, who's very well schooled. Lovely jab that he sets up things with. Yeah, I like the way he boxes, young Adams, his quality.
Won the ABA title at the age of only 18. And then very soon after that decided to turn professional. There's a great history of boxing in the family, and he catches a very clean left hand early there, did Solano. I thought he was going to sit down on that, did you?
Yeah, that was a cracking shot, wasn't it? If I remember, against Massoud, Solano went down in the first round also. But once if you let him recover, then he tends to get a little bit better, and starts believing in himself a little bit. So it's a good start from Adams. A couple of real good shots that have landed.
Everything we've seen from Adams so far is done with purpose, intelligence, and quickly. This is only his 13th professional round. We're not getting carried away, but he has won all the preceding 12 in his 3 fights before tonight.
In these sort of contests, Paul, against these rugged, unorthodox type of opponents, especially early on in the contest, keep the punches nice and straight. You know, don't take many risks with these type of guys, because they throw shots from all angles and they're a little bit wild. That's what Solano's like. So when he's up close, he's more dangerous, you see. So keep the punches nice and straight, and just try to outbox him and frustrate him. And as if he comes forward, then he'll walk onto more punishment. But let him in close and hold your feet against him. It really brings him into it.
Adams seems to be aware of all of that, Richie, making the running here in the early stages. Solano, not very long ago, gave Tom Welland plenty to think about over 6 rounds. I'm sure Adams and his camp have had a little look at that. Left hook was decent. Solano did fade under the pressure late on. And Adams is starting to test the resolve tonight of Solano in the early stages.
Vitality rewards you for getting active with up to 2 months cashback on your premiums. Woohoo! Move forward with Vitality.
Research, refine, repeat. All to let you shine the way you are. Colgate Max White Ultimate. Unlike regular toothpaste, its unique formula deeply whitens for 10 times whiter teeth. So however you smile, you feel perfect. Colgate Max White Ultimate. Deeply whitens for 10 times whiter teeth.
Welcome back, everybody. You're called Bethnal Green. This is the Billy Adams corner. Dennis Adams, father, one-time pro fighter in his own right, is the guiding light for his son.
Second half, round 2.
So Billy Adams in the red with the white flashing. Marvin Solano in the black and green, I think it is, Richie.
Yeah. See, there's a nice jab there from Adams. You see what Solano's decided to do now. He's just sitting back, look, so he's trying to make Billy Adams just overstretch a little bit, and then he'll try and come back with a right-hand counter. That's why you're seeing the movement, and he's staying on that back foot. So you can see what he's trying to do, Solano. That's why Adams can't afford for a sloppy jab, move the feet into range and just score with that punch, that lead hand. There it is there, look, without coming over the front foot and making mistakes. He can't afford to miss the target here, in case Solano then comes back with a wild sort of counter, and that's what he wants to do here, Solano. There it was there, you see, right on cue, and missed the target.
Awful lot of experience, Solano. This is pro fight number 43. Very respectable record overall, although a lot of the wins came before he decided to try to earn a living regularly in Europe, which he most certainly has been doing over the last sort of 3 years or so. And he has been in with a lot of very capable prospects. 129 winning rounds. Just 9 defeats in recent opponents.
So a little bit of a change of tactics now. Solano starting to go forward, but Paul, by doing that, he's making mistakes. So it's worked, you see, what Adams has done. He's frustrated him. Now he's making him come forward, and now he's starting to make mistakes himself, Solano. Feet are crossing, and it's all because Adams is just staying patient, waiting, working behind his lead hand, not over-committing. It's a good, disciplined display up to now from Adams.
There's a nice composure about Adams, isn't there, Richie? Given that it's only pro fight number 4, we should not overlook that. And, you know, he's in front of his people here tonight, from Upminster, just down the district line, here at the York Hall Bethnal Green. That comes with a little bit of expectation, a burden that he's got to produce a performance, but he seems to be taking all that in his stride.
Boxing very well, very sensible indeed. He's got caught with a little shot there, but you look at his guard, generally he's very good. He's waiting for the shots to come back at him. He's blocking most of them. The quality of the punch from Solano isn't that good. It's a bit wild and reckless. And there, look at that, perfect jab. This is lovely boxing in and out with the feet. That's the way you do it.
The Mix and Match menu is back at McDonald's. Choose any 3 for just £3. Only until the 27th of August. Go on, get mixing.
All-inclusive to over 100 destinations. Adventure awaits on a Morella cruise. Atoll protected.
Marvin Solano's under a bit of pressure here early on. I think he knew he was in for a busy night, in that we're not disappointed so far. Billy Adams has been really sharp, Richie.
Yeah, he has indeed, and he's been very disciplined, I think, behind some lovely work. Like, that was just a perfect jab at the end of the round. Lovely.
So it's a 6th round of this for Billy Adams for the first time in his young pro career. Against Marvin Solano of Nicaragua, but he's been put in against a lot of hot prospects around the place. And not just in recent years, Richie, way back when, Robsy Ramirez, the former 2-time Olympic champion, took him to a split decision when he was a young hopeful Solano in his own right.
He's tough, isn't he, Solano? And yes, he's been in with the best Olympic champions and all sorts, and held his own, Paul. So yes, he's very decent. Here you can see that he's getting a little bit frustrated, like we spoke about, and what he's got to try and do, he's got to try and drag Billy Adams into that toe-to-toe battle, where then it's evened up a little bit more, you see. But Adams isn't having any of it. He's staying very disciplined, keeping the punches straight. Look at his style, look at his guard, and he's just measuring the distance and not going over the front foot. So it's a very patient display indeed, and basically just breaking his opponent down physically and mentally, and this is the way to go about it. It's up to now, I think it's impressive.
It's not in Solano's mentality, is it, to sit back and survive, and that's why he gets the good jobs like this on nights like this. but he's in the line of fire, and Adams senses that, senses a potential big breakthrough. Does throw that left off the southpaw, stands really well, and he's having no problems finding the target with that, Richie, as a second line of offensive.
I think what Adams has probably got to do now, Paul, is just bring his left uppercut into play. If you see Solano, his head's this way than that, bobbing and weaving, but he's a little bit open downstairs, and he'll be open to that left uppercut. He's just got to measure it with the jab, and as Solano commits with these swings, just whip that left uppercut through the middle.
Also happy to stay in the pocket there, Adams, a sense that he doesn't worry too much about the power coming back the other way.
Well, that's what I like to see about Adams. Even when he's up close and he's in punching range, then his guard is still good. A lot of these shots aren't really getting through from Solano. Yeah, and then he's back look with some neat work of his own, but he's well disciplined and well schooled. It's good to see that. His guard's nice and tight, that's how it should be.
Slightly different theme to this third round. Closer quarters, and again, Adams stepping in sharply.
Solano will prefer this type of a battle, to be quite honest, because the heads can clash, anything can happen in terms of cuts, and he just might land a lucky shot here and there.
But the boxer turned into a little bit of an infighter there, Billy Adams. I mentioned all the family know-how, but also advising him the one and only Colin Macmillan. Colin was the one-time WBO featherweight champion of the world, and in his time, I think, Richie, it's fair to say, one of the very best British fighters, pound for pound, that we had.
He was fantastic. His speed was unbelievable, Colin Macmillan. I actually boxed in the mid-80s with him in the same England team. I was at light middle, he was at feather. He was exceptional, brilliant.
Very unlucky, really, the way injuries afflicted him through his career, really stopped his run as a world champion. But he's part of the Brains Trust, and his mate from his fighting days, Dennis Adams, is the dad. Dennis and Colin used to be regular sparring partners.
But
they are all in it together. Two of his uncles, Richard and Danny, were pros as well. I don't think they do a lot of boasting in the Adams family, but apparently young Billy was impertinent enough to say, well, none of you lot won an ABA at the age of 18, so I've got one over you for life.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, look, lovely educated jab there. Not getting too greedy. Just picking, poking away with it. And Solano, as we said before, Paul, he's tough. He's unorthodox and he swings wildly, but these straight shots from Adams, yeah, it's good work from him. There you go again, look.
So it's a very hot night here at York Hall. Crowd are packed in, and maybe just a question as to whether Adams can keep the pace up, remembering that he's not done this trick before. That gets into a fighter's mind sometimes, Richie, doesn't it? I don't know I can do it until I've done it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely, Paul. Good bit of work there for him. He actually, I think he hurt Solano downstairs with the body shot in that sequence there. It made Solano go back a little bit. His body language certainly changed. Sort of went into a shell. He's recovered now, but nevertheless, some good work there from Adams. Again, all set up from behind that lead hand. He just whipped that left hand downstairs. So this is what Solano will want, this toe-to-toe stuff, where he can actually land a shot, because at mid and long range he's landing nothing at all. Solano is finding it very difficult, but on the inside, look, he's rough, he's tough, he's a real rugged sort of customer, and this is the type of contest that he wants.
I kind of like the way Adams has accepted the gauntlet that's been thrown down here, Richie, though. There'll be a lot of fighters at his stage, given the kind of range of expertise around the young prospect, that say, no, this is your game, stay on the outside, we need to win this one, you need to bank the rounds and so on. But Adams, using ring intelligence, to me, has decided for himself, I need to show I can do a different job against this kid for a round or two.
And absolutely, and the thing is, Paul, as well, why it's a good training exercise for him. It's mentally, it's very good to break the opponent down, not get complacent, because these guys are tough and they're still in it right to the very end, and you have to keep your shape and you have to keep discipline mentally, and that's what he's doing at the moment. So it's a real good workout for him here. If he can get a stoppage, it'll be fantastic, because not a lot of people have stopped. Only 4 stoppages this guy's had, remember, defeats.
He's had a bit of a going over at close quarters as Solano. Last shot, there were 2 beyond the bell, but there was a really lovely little shot to the solar plexus, the last counting shot of the round from Adams, that.
Yeah. There's a little bit of eye damage there on young Adams, his left eye.
That's the only risk, of course, and you did mention it, Richie, of up-close combat.
Yeah, apart from that, I mean, this is see, a little shot there. This was after the bell. There was a lovely punch downstairs there from Adams. Just got a little graze of some sort under that left eye.
They've just put the end swell on it. I don't think it's an issue, Richie, at the moment anyway, and better under the eye than over it, of course, as well.
Yeah. And that's what his coach Dennis has just said there. Don't let him get too close and go more long range.
So far, a concentrated performance from Billy Adams, an intelligent performance, and a very composed corner. Just a reminder from Sean McAvoy, the referee, about some of the finer points of infighting. I think Solano will just rip them up and throw them in the corner, do you?
Absolutely, yeah. But he'll give any young prospect a run, won't he? Solano, he's tough. And like I say, he throws shots from all different angles. And if you do hold your feet, well, look, you know, he's really brought into it. So, yeah, he's a tough customer. And it's a good learning contest, this, for Billy Adams.
So Adams from the outside. Again, a change of tactic in this round. Back to where we started, the southpaw stylist. Showing a few different sides to his game tonight, which is a very good thing.
Yeah, just probably movement to his right is a little bit more. Just watch out for that left hook, that left swing. But generally, when an orthodox boxer is throwing that shot, he's got to be a little bit closer. You see, it's a bent arm punch. So there you go. See the jab and then move off to the right. And then you're moving away from his more powerful hand, which is the right hand. But you just have to watch in the left hook from the orthodox opponent. That's a cracking shot.
Absolute cracker, and he's hanging on, Solano. That stiffened every part of his body for a moment.
That was a lovely punch, it really was, because he brought Solano onto it. Well timed, and again, lovely counter punching that was.
Gets a bit disorganised for a moment, Solano, trying to laugh it off, but he knows he was under pressure.
Yeah. And this is where you have to keep your discipline, that's good. So a little shot there, but just try and create a bit of space when you do come together. And I think this has been excellent from Billy Adams in this round here, because Solano wants him to stand and trade, but he's been in and out with the feet. He's brought him onto the shots, and he hasn't really taken the bait, Adams. So this is good. Again, it's set up behind his lead hand.
Last minute of the 5th round. Every minute counts when you're as young as Billy Adams, soaking up the experience.
Good work.
Solano fully 12 years older at 33.
Oh, lovely. That was lovely there from Adams. In and out with the feet. And Solano still dangerous, wants Adams to come forward and trade, but Adams is doing it very sensibly, hitting them, moving. Good stuff.
Solano gets another ticking off, one to start the round and one to end it. Chief support tonight, could be a real cracker. Alois Jr. against Alonso Berardi. There are plenty of hopes both ways. Alois Jr. has been so exciting so far. Still the early stages, still only 21 of course, but Berardi's unbeaten and he's come to London to win. Really looking forward to that one. Into the Adams corner.
Seconds out, 6 and final round.
Again, Sean McAvoy reminding Solano about a few of the finer points. Solano fast out the blocks, knows the only way to change the pattern in terms of scoring is to go out and blaze through Adams in this round. Adams was ready for that.
Just hit and move, keep the punches nice and straight. Don't hold your feet, because this is obviously what Solano wants now. He's just going to throw the kitchen sink at it. I think Adams has won more or less every round, and yet you're in against an opponent who's fairly dangerous, who swings wildly, and who knows, he could catch you with one. So it's just about staying disciplined now and keeping the punches nice and straight, and just maintain that gap and distance between yourself and Solano. Shot, you know, that right lead uppercut there from Adams, so he's showing great variation also here. I think it's been a great display at mid and long range, but on the inside also occasionally you just see him with the odd shot here and there. Shows his quality also in its short range, does Adams.
Richie, when you go from 4 to 6, when they tell you that your next job is at 6 rounds, how much doubt might that put in a fighter's mind to start with?
Well, not a lot, Paul, when you're used to 4 rounds, because he'll have done plenty in the gym, you see. I think when the question marks really start going into a boxer's mind when he starts going to 10 rounds. I found that I did 6 and 8 rounds. I could do them in my sleep right from the word go, because I was always very fit, and most boxers are probably sparring 6-8 rounds anyway. So it's when you go to 10 and 12 rounds when the question marks start to come into your mind, because that's different kettle of fish, 10 and 12 round contest. So he'll be okay going into the 6 rounds for the first time, and going into 8 rounds, to be quite honest.
Solano, of course, has campaigned many a time over 8 rounds, but these have been 6 hard rounds for him tonight against a very accomplished young fighter. Very early days, we know that, for Billy Adams, but showing a lot of intelligence and a great deal of composure, in addition to his obvious gifts as a boxer. That's stuff you can't necessarily teach. It's got to be in there.
Yep.
Just needs to keep the head out of harm's way here, and does so right to the end. Grudging touch of the gloves. Solano knows he's been schooled there by Billy Adams in many, many ways. There was just that momentary concern over the little swelling under that left eye of Adams, but the doctor's in there just to check that all is well, and I'm sure all is well, and all was certainly well, Richie, with the performance. I
think that's a cracking little performance, to be quite honest. It's only his 4th contest, and he's in with a guy who's had, what, nearly over 40 contests, so that's not too bad at all. Only been stopped 4 times as well. It's a good learning contest for him. 6 rounds, and he had to keep his shape and stay disciplined and not get caught up. It could have been a totally different kettle of fish if it had stood toe-to-toe and tried to blast that guy out, because then it becomes a 50-50. So I'd be really pleased with that display. He'll learn from it, he'll only get better, and I like what I see in Billy Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, your referee Sean McAvoy scores the contest 60-54 to your winner, Billy Boom Boom Adams.
Good young fighter, was very good at school apparently as well. The only time he broke stride as a young boxer was when he was told to take time out of school to do his exams and then back to the boxing.